And here we go. Fox News alert: Prime Minister Netanyahu, the Israeli cabinet are set to meet shortly after President Trump announced a historic peace agreement to end the war in Gaza, delivering on one of the biggest campaign promises.
The deal, which will be rolled out in phases, requires Hamas to release all 48 of the remaining hostages, dead and alive. And the president says we could see them return home very soon.
So much is happening to get the hostages freed. And we think they'll all be coming back on Monday. So it looks like that's the thing. And that'll include the bodies of the dead. And, you know, the parents that I talked to so many of them, but the parents are almost more intent, but equally intent is getting in just about all cases, their son's body back than they are, as though the young man was alive. It's just the same intensity. They want their baby's body back. That's what one woman said. I want my baby's body back. And, you know, the son is 25, 26 years old. So that's a very big part of it.
And this morning, we're seeing images all over Israel of people celebrating in relief now that the war appears to be over and the hostages set to return home. We now wait to see if Hamas honors its part of the deal. Lots of celebrations in Tel Aviv, especially in Hostage Square, waving even the American flags. We saw one person dressed up as Donald Trump, waving the Israeli flags as well. It's just felt all around the world. The UK Prime Minister was thanking Donald Trump, and Benjamin Netanyahu was too, and also thanking the IDF soldiers who have fought valiantly for 2 years.
I mean, Brian, it's one thing to make this a campaign promise. It's another to deliver on something that has plagued the world for a long time. Even before this war, there was tension in the Middle East. Couldn't get these parties to sit down, and he found some way to unite the Arab world, Muslim world, with the Israelis to get this deal done. And everything that I'm hearing is the turning point was the strike in Qatar, and you see that historic photo of the president holding the landline as he passes the phone to Netanyahu to issue some sort of an apology, and from there, they were able to broker peace.
Yeah, it looks like you got to give credit to Qatar, got to give credit to Turkey coming in at the last minute, Egypt for hosting and playing a role, all pushing towards an end. And yesterday it was reported that they were contacting the president and said it would be great for you to come to Egypt for the signing of this. And he essentially said, yeah, I'll do that. And now he's going to seem to go there, maybe Monday, Tuesday. And then he's been invited to address the Knesset as the most powerful politician maybe in Israel history. He's going to go down there and address them and maybe bolster the political fortunes of Prime Minister Netanyahu, who people blame for allowing the attack to happen, but have to salute him for how he's handled it since. Neutralizing Hezbollah, taking out Iran's or hindering Iran's nuclear program, doing tremendous damage to the Houthi rebels, and virtually annihilating Hamas. These are the enemies, declared enemies of the Israeli people.
So there are 48 hostages. 20 of them we believe are still alive, 28 presumed dead. And of those that we think might not be alive anymore are 2 Americans. Their names are Itai Hen and Omer Nutra. And we did speak with Itai's father earlier in the show. Listen to this.
It's a mixed bag of emotions. There's the excitement, finally having hostages coming out, anticipation, but also anxiety because it's not 100% that all the 48 hostages are going to be coming out. So there are some that will be somehow left behind because they will not be able to find them. So we are still waiting to get confirmation that Itai, one of the 2 remaining U.S. citizens, indeed will be taken care of and will be able to come out. President Trump has done a wonderful job in bringing back hostages, U.S. hostages from all over. Taking U.S. hostages any place should be a liability, not an asset. And there should be consequences for those people that take U.S. citizens. And I like to point out, 46 U.S. citizens were killed on that October 7th. And I'm speaking on behalf of them as well, and those people want to see justice.
So they're collecting the hostages now. This Saudi TV channel, Al Arabiya, the Cairo bureau, reports that Hamas has started moving the hostages to secure locations in preparation for them being handed over in the next coming days. And they do confirm there's approximately 20 living hostages. Approximately and living, that's a huge That's an issue that's got to be ironed out.
One of the things that has become a point of contention, but the Israelis end up agreeing to, was the exchange of the hostages for the terrorist fighters that are in the prison. And there's still some trepidation from the Israelis because they remember in 2011 when the Israeli soldier Eli Shalit was captured and they exchanged him for 1,000 fighters of Hamas, one of them being the orchestrator of now October the 7th, Yahya Sinwar. And so people are saying, okay, this is why we need this peacekeeping force and we have to be strong with it, that the weapons have to be taken away from Hamas because they don't want the same thing to happen again.
Yeah, absolutely. And everyone say a prayer for Itai because his dad said they do believe there hasn't been any proof of life. But he said, please, pray for my son because we're hoping for a miracle that he does come home alive, which would be wonderful. But his dad said that he has dual citizenship in the U.S. and Israel. And he went to go serve in the IDF, and they believe he was killed on the border. And then his body was taken into Gaza. But his dad said he's a former Boy Scout. He loves basketball. He loves video games. And his parents either want a proper burial for him or they're hoping to be surprised and he comes home alive, which would be great.
We're praying for some good news. An extremely rare moment unfolding on the word of the historic deal, both Israelis and Palestinians celebrating in the streets.
And Steve Harrigan joins us now. He's in Tel Aviv as the officials are preparing for all of these hostages to come home. Steve?
That's right, Ainsley. Officials and medical personnel, too, at two of the top hospitals here, they are ready to receive the hostages if necessary. After 2 years of brutal captivity, in case any urgent care is needed, they are ready to help. The news across Israel about this peace deal broke about 3 o'clock in the morning. People immediately began streaming out of their houses into the street, many gathering at Hostages Square to really celebrate. A couple of rainstorms has not stopped the crowd from growing throughout the day. In about 2 hours' time, we expect to see a cabinet meeting. That cabinet likely to sign off on the Trump peace deal. After that sign-off, there will be a ceasefire in place in Gaza, and then the IDF, Israeli Defense Forces, will withdraw to the first of 2 lines inside of Gaza. After that, the hostages, 48 of them expected to be released, and we could see some remarkable family reunions, including a father and his son.
What more is there than this? Tell me on this day. The happiness is abundant, and the joy that Omri returns, the joy that the people of Israel are here. And when I went up to the square here, it was pouring rain. The first rain fell, and the people of Israel stood in the rain and danced. Where have you seen such a thing?
President Trump said he expected the hostages to be released by Monday, but already on the ground, things are moving quickly. There's been some video of Red Cross vehicles in Gaza driving along that seaside road. It's likely those are the type of vehicles that would be used to transport hostages. Guys, back to you.
Wow, that's exciting. When you see the mechanics of the whole thing that has to happen, when you see that moving, you know how real it is. Steve, thanks so much.
Yeah, you mentioned that they were moving the bodies, preparing them. He's talking about the Red Cross vehicles. And then we saw the videos of them preparing the hospital rooms now for these hostages.
The one thing they cannot do, which was, from my understanding, was agreed upon, is you've seen this in the past where Hamas will parade the bodies. They cannot do that this time. No propaganda.
Wasn't that part of the plan? They
Exactly.
said, I think the president said, you can't do that.
Can't do it.
With these hostages. And then Mike Huckabee said he's talked to so many of these individuals that were in capture, and he said they go through, they have to spend time in a facility, a medical facility, to make sure they're okay and that they're safe. And then also they have to have so much therapy afterwards because they've been through so much, experienced and seen and felt.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.